Good morning guys, welcome to Builders Academics online tutorial. Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Please, if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, do well to subscribe and press the notification button in order to see all of our educative videos on this channel. Today we will considering the November-December Waec mathematics past questions. And mind this next month will be the commencement of all the GCE exams, be it NECO, Waec, and NAPTEP. So we'll be posting videos on past questions that will help you prepare for NECO GCE, Waec GCE, and NAPTEP GCE. Please do well to share this link and this video with your friends, and I know it will help them to prepare fully for the exams. I wish you all success in all your academic endeavor in life. So today we'll be considering November-December Waec mathematics GCE past questions, specifically the year 2018. And here is the questions. We have first one says evaluate 6 into bracket 1 minus 7 over 16 raised to power minus half times 2 raised to power 1. Solution. Now let's go into the solution. We have 1a. Have 1a. 6 into brackets 1 minus 7 over 16 raised to power minus half times 2 raised to power 1. This question is basically on the rule of indices, and also we apply the principle of polymers here along the way. Now we can see that this question has a bracket, and in principle of polymers, bracket should be attended first. Should be given an attention first. So we have a bracket here, meaning that we are going to solve the problems inside the bracket before proceeding with our solution. So we find a way of solving these problems in the bracket. So how do we go about it? 6 into bracket. Now this one will never become 1 all over 1 minus 7 all over 16 bracket close raised to power minus half times 2 raised to power minus 1. Now the LCM between 1, now is to find the LCM. To find the LCM, you are going to check what's the common factor between 1 and 16. What is the common factor between, the common multiple between 1 and 16. So the common multiple between 1 and 16, 6 into bracket, open bracket. The common multiple between 1 and 16 is 16. So 1 in 16 will give you 16 times 1 will give 16 minus 1 in 16 will give you 1. 1 times 7 will give you 7 bracket close raised to power minus 1 over 2 times 2 raised to power minus 1. Now here we still have 16 open bracket. 16 minus 9, 16 minus 7 will give you 9 over 16 raised to power minus half times 2 raised to power minus 1. Now there's a rule in law of diseases that says that whenever you have n raised to power minus 1, it's like you apply an inverse rule, that you find the reciprocal of that number whenever you have any power that is carrying negative sign, that is any index that is carrying negative sign, you find the inverse or the reciprocal of that number. Meaning that here that we have 6 into bracket 9 over 16 raised to power minus 1 over 2. To remove this sign now, this 16 will come up and the 9 will come down. So this expression now becomes 6 into bracket 16 all over 9 bracket close raised to power half. So we have taken the minus away and changing the fraction to bracket 16, the fraction in that bracket to 16 over 9 times what? Now you can see also 2 raised to power minus 1 here, which is also an inverse indices. So we are going to become 1 all over 2 raised to power 1. So we have removed the minus, which becomes 1 over 2 raised to power 1 equal to 6. Now here I have 6 into bracket now 16 raised to power half all over 19 raised to power half bracket close times what? 1 over what? 2. So 16 into bracket. Now, if you see 16 raised to power what? Half like it means root what? Root 16 all over root what? 9. Bracket close. Root 9 times 1 over what? 2, which is equal to what? 6 multiplied by what is root what? 16. 4 all over 3. 4 over 3 times 1 all over what? 2. So how many 3 can we see here? 1, 3 here, 2, 2 here, 1, 2 here, cancel 2. So the answer we have here is equal to what? 4. Meaning that the whole problem here is equal to what? 4. So that's the first question. That's the first question. That's the first question. Okay. Now, the P aspect of it says the interior angle of a regular polygon is 108 degrees. The interior angle, remember this is the interior angle. The interior angle of a regular polygon is 108 degrees. Is 108 degrees greater than the what? The exterior angle. The interior angle of a polygon, a regular polygon, is 108 greater than the what? Exterior angle. How many sides has the polygon? How many sides has the polygon? Now, we assume that, okay, assume this is a polygon like this. We don't know how many sides that is having. So let's just take this one for instance. Let's just take, that's why I didn't close it. It's simple than this. Assume this is a regular polygon, just sketched out. We don't know the number of sides. So, taking this one as one of the what sides and one of the angles of what? Of the polygons, I extend this line out. So this will be the what? The interior angle, and this will be the what? The exterior what? Angle. Now, if the interior angle, said the what? The interior angle is 108 greater than the what? The exterior angle. You can see, let the exterior what? Angle be what? Be E. Then the interior angle now, let the exterior angle. The interior angle will be 180 plus what? E. So let the exterior angle be what? Be E. So the interior angle will be what? 180 degree plus what? Plus E. 180 degree plus E. So meaning that this place will be 180 degree plus E. And this one will be what? E itself. So I know that what? 180 plus what? 180 degree plus E, and E itself is angle on the what? Angle on the what? On a straight line. Sorry. That 180 degrees, 108. So this 108 degree, this 108 degree. Alright. So then what? Okay. Going to now, that's that about what? Number 1A. Number 1 what? B says that the interior angle of a regular polygon is 108 greater than the exterior angle. How many sides has the polygon? Now, they said the interior angle of a polygon is 108 greater than the exterior angle. The interior angle of a regular polygon is 108 greater than the exterior angle. How many sides has the polygon? Now, the first thing is to make the exterior angle here. Let the exterior angle, where the exterior angle be what? Be E. Now, the interior angle was said. The interior angle will be what? Will be 108 degree plus what? E. Now you know that what? The exterior angle here is what? E. So the interior angle will be 108 plus E, because the question says that the interior angle is 108 greater than the exterior angle. So it is 108 plus what? E. So now on sketching the diagram, we don't know the number of sides of the what? Of the polygon. We just assume, but we won't close it. That's why I just draw it like this. So let's pick any of the angle here. So assuming I'm picking this angle, the interior angle, and this is the interior angle, this is the exterior what? Angle. The exterior angle is E. The interior angle is 108 plus what? E. Remember that this interior angle plus the exterior angle will be what? Is an angle on a straight line. Is an angle on a straight line. So if we add them together, so 108 degree here plus E plus another E is what? 180 degree. Why? Sum of angles on a straight line. Sum of angles on a straight what? Line. So what we have here now is we have 108 degree plus what? 2E equal to 180 degree. So we have what? 2E, we take this what? This one here to this place. We have what? 2E is equal to 180 degree minus what? 108 degree. We have 2E is equal to what? 72 degree. Divide both sides by 2. By 2. This one cancels out. E is equal to 36 degree. So E is equal to 36 degree. Now that's our exterior angle. Now the question says how many sides does the what? Polygon has? How many sides does the polygon has? So there is a formula that links the number of sides of the polygon with the exterior. So the formula says that the number of sides of the polygon multiplied by the what? By the exterior angle is equal to what? 360 degree. So using what? Number of sides of polygon multiplied by the exterior angle, which is equivalent to 60 degree, to find the number of sides. So we say that n multiplied by our exterior angle is 36 degree, multiplied by 36 degree equal to 360 degree. So we have 36 n equal to 360 degree. So divide both sides by what? 36, 30 what? 6. This one cancels out. N is equal to what? 36 here. So we have n equal to 10 degree. So the number of sides of the polygon is 10. The number of sides of the polygon is 10, not degree, is 10. It's 10 sides. N is equal to what? 10 sides. We have 10 sides. N is equal to 10. So we have 10 sided what? Polygon. 10 sided polygon, which is known as what? Which is known as decagon. So that's number 2 question says that is number 2 question. The third question is a triangular prism. The diagram shows a triangular prism with Q, line QR equal to what? The line NN equal to line O. You can see the line QR is equal to what? Line NN equal to line OP. Line QR is 10 centimeter is equal to line NN 10 centimeter also, and line OP is also what? 10 centimeter. So and line NR is equal to line QL. Can see this shape itself is a what? Is a rectangle. So line RN or NR is equal to what? QF is 8 centimeter, and this is what? 8 centimeter. They say both are equal to what? 8 centimeter. And what? RON, angle ROA is 90 degree. That's why we have the shape of this box. Whenever you see box, we have 90 degree. That is right angle. So this make this one a right angle triangle. And also, what are the other parameters of it? An angle RNO is angle 30 degree. RNO is angle 30 degree. So now this angle 30 degree. So angle RN is equal to 30 degree. So calculate the correct to this significant figure, the volume of the what? Of the prism. According to this significant figure, the volume of the prism. The volume of the prism. So how do we calculate the volume of a triangular prism? Because this prism is not just any prism, it's a triangular prism. Now the volume of triangular prism, TP, the volume of triangular prism, TP, is given as what? Cross-sectional area multiplied by the what? By the length of the prism. The length of the prism. And the area of the cross-section is what we call cross-section. And the cross-section here is triangle. We have triangle here. That is the length of the triangular prism. Now, the cross-sectional area of the triangle now itself, look at this type of triangle. The type of triangle we want to use here, we have to consider it. How can I solve this out? The area of the triangle here, because this will be what? Area of our cross-section will be area of what? Triangle times the what? The length. And the length of the prism. And the length of what? Of the prism. So, and the length of the prism. So now let's consider the triangle. Now consider the what? Triangle RON. Consider triangle RON. Let's bring it out first. So we have something like this. This angle 90, this 30 degree, and this is what? R, N, then O. Now you can see that this 90 degree, this is what an angle R. Now the first thing, and this is given as what? Is given as 8 what? Is given as 8 centimeter. Please don't forget. Is given as 8 centimeter. Rn is 8 centimeter. So now we are given virtually all the angles of this what? Of this triangle. Because this is 30 degree, this is what? 90 what? Because this is 90 degree. So we can eventually get angle R. We can eventually get angle R. Why do we need to get angle R? Because we need to what? Find the area of the triangle, and to find the area of the triangle of this, to find the area of this triangle, the best formula you can use is to use the formula of half AB sine C. That's the best formula we can use here. Formula for the area of the best formula for the area of triangle. The area of triangle RON will be equal to what? Will be equal to what? For example, now let's look at this. This will be what? R. This is N. The side facing the angle R is side R, and the side facing the angle what? N is what? Side what? N is one letter N. And the side facing what? The side facing the angle O is what we call what? Small letter what? O. So if I want to solve this what? This area of triangle now, I must look for two sides and one angle. We must look for two sides and one angle, two sides and one angle. Now, as well now we have been given what? 8 centimeter now. And I will be what? I will need to find what? Angle what? Angle N. I will need what? I will have to determine the angle A, so that my side will be 2, and I will be able to find what? So that I will be able to find the area of triangle. So for example, let me consider this angle, this side O and sine N. So the area of what? Triangle RON, it will go R times what? Line O times line what? Line N. Now sine one of the angle that I didn't use the sine. So this is sine what? Sine angle what? R. So this is the formula I'm going to use to calculate the area of triangle RON. Now, but I need side A. But how do I get side A? Then I have to recall recall the formula of the sine rule what? The sine rule formula. The sine rule formula, the sine rule what? Formula, which says this is what? It says that O side O over what? Side O, side O over sine angle O, and side A over sine angle what? A. So we have what? Side O over sine angle O equal to what? Side N over sine angle N. So this is what the sine is all about. So meaning that what's my line O? 8 all over my angle my angle O, the side O is 8, my angle O is 90 degrees. So equal to what's my what? Line, which is what I'm looking for. Line N, which is what? N. Line N, which is what? Is line N, which is N. So which is equal to what? All about what? Line N is equal to what? All about sine N. Sine 30 what? Sine 30 degree. So we have what? 8 all over sine 90 degree is equal to what? This is equal to 1 equal to what? Line N in our hand. Let's use N all over what? 0 point what? Sine, sorry, is this 30? Yes, that is 0 point what? 5. 0.5. So what? Sine 90 is what? 0.5. So we can proceed from here to get our. So from here now, cross multiply to have N equal to 8 times 0.5. N is equal to 4 centimeters. So these are what? N is equal to 4 centimeters. Now these are N equal to 4 centimeters. So now we have what? N equal to 4 centimeters. Now we are successfully getting what? The side N and side O. Now what do we use as angle? How? Just use sum of angle in the triangle. Sum of angle in the triangle is what? Sum of angle in the triangle is equal to 180 degrees. Definitely sum of angles in the triangle. That is angle R plus angle O plus angle N plus angle O is equal to 180 degrees. Sum of angles in a triangle. Sum of angles in a triangle. So another word now. Another word. Let's do this formula. Let's still come back to this formula. So another one now. The what? R plus N plus O equals 180 degrees. So what's our R? R is what we are looking for. Angle R plus what's our N? N is equal to plus what? That is 30 degrees. Plus what's our O? O is 90 degrees. Equal to 180 degrees. So we have what? We have R plus 120 degrees equal to 180 degrees. Now R is equal to 180 degrees minus 120 degrees. So angle R is equal to 60 degrees. So here we have what? 60 degrees. Here we have 60 degrees. So since we've gotten our 8 centimeters for O, side O, our what? N 4 centimeters for N, our angle R to be what? 60 what? 60 degrees. We can successfully calculate what the area of what? And what? Area of what? Angle of triangle R or N, which is equal to half times what is your what? Line O. Line O is 8. What is what? N, side N, what? That is side N is what? 4. Now sine angle what? Sine angle 60 degrees. Sine angle 60 degrees. So that is the area of the triangle for you. So this one is what? To give what? 5 year, 2 year, sorry, 2 year 1, 2 year 4, 2 year 1, 2 year 4. So sine what? 4 times 4 is what? 16. Sine 60 is what? Root 3 all over 2. Sine 60 is what? 3 all over what? 2. So I multiply this one now. This one is what? 2 here 1, 2 here 8. So we have what? 8 root 3 centimeter. Now don't remember that you have to calculate our answer to according to this figure, but we are not yet getting to the volume. So later we are going to change this short form to what? To decimal points. Now coming back to the volume of our trapezium, triangular what? Sorry, volume of what? Not trapezium, triangular what? Prism. Triangular prism is equal to what? Area times length, and related to area times length. So our area now is what? This is 8 root 3 centimeters square. So volume of the triangular prism will now be what? 8 root 3 multiplied by the length. The length is 10 centimeter. 10 centimeter. So we now have what? So the answer will now be what? 80 root 3 centimeter cube, which is equal to, and multiply it into, it's equal to 138.56 something centimeter cube. And to take a significant figure, you have 1, 2, 3, this is 5, you have approximately, so this is what? Your volume of TP is equal to 139 centimeter cube to 3 SF. That is the solution for the what? Problems. So we're considering the B aspect of the problems. Now we have here's the what? There's the question B of number 2. A bird on the top of a tree sights a prey 18 centimeters away and on the same horizontal ground as the foot of the tree. Now the bird at the top of what? At the top of a tree. Now let's sketch the diagram. The bird on the top of the what? Of the tree. Assuming this is a tree. Now this is the bird. This is the bird. This is the bird sighting the what? Sighting a what? A prey. Sight a prey. The bird sight a prey on the same horizontal ground as the foot of the tree. On the same horizontal ground as the what? On the same horizontal ground as the foot of the tree. So it's an horizontal ground like this. Horizontal ground as the foot of what? The sight somewhere here, which is what? 18 meters away. This 18 what? Yes, this 18 meter, let me be a little bit longer. This 18 meter away. Now, the sight 18 meter away. Now, that's the prey. This is where the prey is. Now, so if the height of the tree is 8 centimeters, if the height of this tree is what? 8 what? Centimeter. The height of this tree. The height of this tree here is what? The height of this tree is 8 centimeter. And the height of the tree is 8 centimeter. Calculate according to the nearest what? Degree. The angle of depression through which the bed side table is what we call the angle of depression. We trace this out. This traces out this angle of depression, which is alternate to this angle of depression. So this form an angle of what 90 degrees. When you bring the whole thing down, we have a triangle like this. We have a right angle triangle, which look like this. This is what this angle of depression here. D degree is equal to what? D. So yeah, angle 90, this is 8 centimeter. This is supposed to be longer normally. Okay. So this is longer than 18 centimeter. So we have the right angle triangle of what? Of D. And this is what? This is 18 centimeter. This is 8 centimeter. So when you get this angle D here, which is alternate to the here, so this is alternate angle. That's why the angle of depression here is equal to angle here. They call it alternate what? Alternate angle. This is alternate to this. So using what now? Using now, knowing that this one is what? Hypotenuse, the longer side. This is the opposite, and this is what? The adjacent. This is opposite the adjacent. So you can easily get the angle of depression using what? The relationship 2. 2 means what? In SOCA 2. Using TOR. 2A 2 from what? SOCA 2. So using what? TOA 2. That is the principle of what? Tan theta is equal to what? Opposite over what? Adjacent. That's why we write 2. So from the word SOCA 2. So the 2 here, we are going to use tan theta over what? Opposite over what? Adjacent. And your theta here is what? Degree is what is D, not theta. We are given as what? D. So we have tan D is equal to what? 8 centimeter over 18. So taking what? The inverse of both sides, we have D equal to tan inverse of both sides. We have what? D equal to 0.4444 to 4 decimal place. D is equal to what? The angle of depression is equal to 23.84. Now to the nearest degree, 23 point something, 23.84 degree. Now to the nearest degree now, approximately to the nearest degree now we have what? 24 degree to the nearest. Is quiet, simple. So that's that about that. That's the interpretation. This based on angle of depression. They can also ask you based on what? Angle of what? Elevation. So let's move on to the next question. As this. Yes, question 3 under what? Waec GC November December 2013. The table below should give the distribution of number of applicants for 5 courses of study in the university. This is a table that shows the information of applicants for a particular study in the university, and these are the name of the courses and the number of applicants, that is the frequency. So the course here is engineering, and we have 29 applicants, medicine 42 applicants, accountancy 85 applicants, education 12 applicants, and economics 140 applicants. Draw a bar chart to illustrate the data. Now we are talking about bar chart. Bar chart is one of the statistical tools that we use to illustrate or to present our data to the viewers or audience, and it's one of a strong statistical tool in which we use able to determine what the information, the model, the median, and the likes like that. And it consists of what? A bar chart consists of a series of what? A rectangular bar that is what? That is being spaced by what? By equal length, and being spaced by what? By equal distance or equal length. Now it's different from histogram. Histogram is a rectangular bar that has no space within them. Now we are going to be what? Using this example in order to tell us what bar chart is all about. And bar chart is easy to construct so far you obey the rules and you look at your information critically, especially when you understand the principle behind the skills and behind choosing skill, whether it is vertically or horizontal scale, whether it is x-axis or y-axis. Now mind you, the bar chart is plotted by having your frequency on the vertical axis. This one on the vertical axis, this on the y-axis. While your information, maybe the title of your information is written at is written at the horizontal. So this is your vertical, and this is your horizontal, and this is the y-axis and the x-axis. Now let's write the bar chart of the first thing is to write the title and the skill. Bar chart of number of applicants. 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 And let's write our skill. Now, if you look at this very well, what scale will I use on my on y-axis? Since I'm going to have my number of applicants on y-axis, what type of scale will I choose to suit these questions? And you know this thing very well. We have the highest number we have here is 140. So it's better I use example I can go here where you can see what I'm doing. So it is better that I start my 0 point starts from here. So if I'm going to use my 0 points from here, so I must choose a scale, a reasonable scale that will enable me to get 140. Enable me to get 140 easy. So I would like to choose 2 centimeters represent 20 units here, 2 centimeters represent 20 units on my y-axis. We only have one scale on this on bar chart, because bar chart is just the frequency against the information given to us, against the title of the information given to us. So unlike bar chart, unlike histogram, that will have the frequency against us, class 1. That's just different between bar chart and histogram. I think we're still going to consider bar chart in the subsequent video, where we are going to be treating the second part of YDC 2013. So now let's do this now. So my scale here, I'm choosing 2 centimeters. 2 centimeters represent 20 units on y-axis. So to have labeled the vertical axis, the number of applicants in thousands, which is 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, based on these 2 centimeters representing 20 units that we choose. So as our scale, so we know that for every 20 centimeters there is for every 2 centimeters we have 20 units, and each box, that is, there are 10 boxes between 2 centimeters. So each box will be 20 divided by the 10 boxes. So each box means 2 units. Each box means 2 units. So let's take note of that. So now we have our horizontal axis, which is the course they applied 4. Because they applied 4. Now let's try and plot the values. Now we have the first one here is 29,000 applicants for engineering. Now the first empty the first horizontal bar here will be left first horizontal section here, the first vertical section here will be what? Will be left empty. That's bad chance for you. But you move to the second what? The second vertical what? Box here, so that you could draw what your what the number of what applicants. You can draw the rectangular what bar for number of applicants for engineer. So engineering course. So now this 29, let's read. This is 20 now, 22, 24, 26, 28, this is 30. This place is 30, this place is 30. So in between 28 and 30, we have our what? We will have our 29, because you know we said each box they sent what? 2 units. So half of that box will what mean what? 1 unit. So we have what? Here we have what? 30, and this place we have 28. So along this what? Inside this box we have our what? Our 29. 29. So let's draw it carefully. So very carefully. So is the engineering rectangular which is 29,000 applicants. Now the next one is for Mexico. Just put the apply for Mexico, which is 42. Remember, this is your 40, 42 will be around this place. So you leave one empty space, then you move. Now this is my empty space now. I have my next bar here, my next rectangular bar here, which is 42. As for mixing, now, 85 for accountancy. So we have what? This is 82, 84, 85 will be around the what? In the middle of what? In the middle of what? 84 and 86. So our 85 lies here. Our 85 lies here. I'm only leaving the what? In this space we have what? So that's our 85. Same thing with the accountancy. Now we have what? 12 for education. 12 for education. So this is 10. This is where 10 is located. That is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So our 12 will be on this line. 12 will be on this line. Just lift an empty what? An empty space then. 12 will be around this place. So we have education, and the last one is 140, which is the economic. So which is the last point here. So we have the applicant for economics. Applicant for economics, we have so that is economics. So that's that about the graph. We have already barrier, engineering, mix, accountancy, education, and what economics. So this is a graph that illustrates. Now, here is the 3B aspect of what of number question 3. The B aspect. Say the interest to be paid by a borrower was reduced from 2.5% to 2% if he paid 5,500 less. Calculate the interest. The interest to be paid by a borrower was reduced from 2.5% to 2% rate. If he paid 500 less, calculate the interest. Now, the first thing we need to do here is let the interest be high. For let the interest be high for 2.5% rate. Rate, and let's I minus 500 be 2%. Let the I minus 500 be for what? For 2% rate. Let I minus 500 be the interest. Let the I minus 500 be the interest for 2% rate. Let the what? I minus 500 be the interest for 2% rate. Now, and how do we go about this now? So we have what? We have our simple interest to be what? Simple interest I. Simple interest and equal to P R all about 100. So we need that our I for I will equal to what? P multiplied by what? You convert this one to 2 number, it will be 5 over what? 2 multiplied by the time all over what? 100. That is 2 times 4 will give 5 plus 1 5 over 2, which is equal to P times 5 times T all over 100 times 2. So this is, you can say 5 here 1, 5 here 20. So 2 times 1, so your high here will be equal to P times what? To be PT. P times T is PT. So about 20 times what? This is 40. Call it equation 1. Now, I minus 500. I minus 500 will be equal to what? P times 50% now. That is T over what? 100. So 2 year 1, 2 year 50. So the I minus 500 equal to what? PT over 50. So you cross multiply. So 50 into brackets, okay. So we have what? Let us leave like that, no cross multiply yet. I minus what? I minus 500, I minus 500, I minus 500 equals PT equation what? 2, no cross multiply yet, no cross multiply yet. So now, since we have PT, I what? And it said that what? The interest will be reduced from 2%, it is reduced from 2%, 2.5% to 2% rate. It will pay 500 less. So meaning that for this to be equivalent to this, we have to subtract 500 from the initial. So this means this one can be equivalent to this. So since this and this are equivalent now, we can easily say calculate our what I and just say equal to what? Equal to question 1. Okay. So question 2 now cross multiply. Let's cross multiply from here. Cross multiply as proposed before. Cross multiply. We have what? 50 into bracket what? I minus 500 equal to what? PT. 50I equal to minus what? So that's how 50I minus 2500 equal to PT. Now that's our PT. Now if we also cross multiply from here for equation 1, this one can call this what? Equation what? Equation 3. And from equation what? 1 as well, you can also cross multiply from equation 1. You have what? PI equal to PT on the out. What about 40? You cross multiply from here. You have what? 40I equal to PT equation what? For now, since we have PT, you can equate equation 4 and equate equation 3 towards to equation 4. So we have what? 50I minus 2500I equal to 40 what? I. So equal to what? So equal to 50I minus 2500 and so equal to 40I. So we have 50I minus 40I equal to 2500. So you have 10I equal to 2500. So if you have side by 10, so this one cancels that R is equal to 250. So this is what? I is 250 naira. Because in naira. So that's that about that. So that's the interest. And the 5A says that the pie chart shows the result of a survey conducted on the maintenance of 5 small and medium scale industries in the state. If the cost of maintenance of a plywood industry was 34,000 naira, calculate the cost of maintenance of the textile industry. Now, we are given us the bar chart, and this is a bar chart. We are told that what each sectorial portion of the circle is used to represent the survey carried out on the maintenance of small and medium scale industry. We have plywood having a sectorial angle of X, ceramics industry having a sectorial angle of 22, textile having a sectorial angle of 68, and so on and so forth. Then we are now told that to calculate the cost of maintenance for the what? For the industry, for the plywood industry was 34,000, which is this. What will be the cost of maintenance for the what? For the textile industry? Now the first thing that you need to do here is what? Is for us calculate the sectorial angle of the plywood in order to use it to obtain what? The total cost of what? Of maintenance for the industry. So that cost that was allocated for the maintenance of the small and medium scale industry. Then we can now get the what? The actual cost of maintenance for what? For the textile industry, maintenance industry. So now the first is to obtain the sectorial solution. Let's get the solution. Let's obtain the sectorial angle x, sectorial angle x of plywood industry. Now, how do you obtain that? We are told that what? How do you obtain that? I told that what? The plywood industry, ceramic industry. I told that what? The plywood industry, the sectorial angle of plywood industry plus what? The ceramic what? Industry plus the sectorial angle of textile plus the paper mill plus the 82 sectorial angle equal to what? 181. Why is 180? We have sum of angles in a what? In a circle. So the sum of angle in a circle, is equal to what? Not 180, it is 60 degrees. Sorry for that. So what? The addition of these angles, x plus 72 plus 68 plus x plus 82, give us what? 360. Sum of angles in a what? In a circle. Then now we can make x what? We can get our x from this what? From this theorem. We say that the sum of angle in a circle is equal to 360. Now x plus x, we have 2x plus what? Plus 72 plus 68 plus 82, yeah? 222 degrees equal to what? 360 degrees. 360 degrees. So from here, from 360 degrees, we will what? Say that 2x, we transfer this one to the other side. 2x is equal to 360 degrees minus what? 222 what? Degree. We have 2x is equal to 138 degrees. And you divide both sides by what? 2. So you divide both sides by 2, you have 2x. But it's equal to 138 all over what? So this one cancels out. X is equal to 69 degrees. So x is equal to what? 69 what? Degree. We have obtained the sectorial what? Angle of plywood industry, 69 degrees. So if x is 69 degrees, then what is what? And then said that the cost of maintenance, look at this, cost of maintenance, the cost of maintenance allocated what? The cost of maintenance allocated for plywood industry based on that sectorial angle, based on 69 sectorial angle, based on 69 degree sectorial angle is 34,500. Now to then get the total of what? Of the total cost angle, to get the total cost angle for what? For the whole industry, the total cost of maintenance, the total cost of maintenance allocated for the what? For the whole 5 industries. We are going to calculate it from this one, from this 34,500. Calculate it for 34,500 and sectorial number of plywood. And how do we get that? We said that cost of maintenance, cost of maintenance of plywood industry is equal to what? Cost of maintenance of plywood industry is equal to sectorial angle, the sectorial angle of plywood all over the sum of angles in a what? In a circle times what? The total cost of maintenance. Now the cost of maintenance for plywood is equal to sectorial angle of plywood all over sum of angles in a circle times what? Times total costs of maintenance. So CMP is equal to what? It's giving us 34,500, which is equal to what? The sectorial angle of plywood 69 degrees all over 360 degrees times what? TCMP. Now we multiply this one, because multiply this one, we have what? 360 degrees times what? 34,500 equal to 69 degrees. 69 times TCMP. So the variables are like TCMP. Then the variables are by what? 69. The variables are by what? 69. Divide both by 69. And we have what? When the variables are by 69, because of our time, we have what? We have TCMP. TCMP, the total cost of maintenance for the industry will be equal to what? 360 times what? Degree. You can put degree here. If you want to degree, we later cancel degree, which is what? 34,500 all over 69 degrees. Or you cancel this one now. Cancel. So everything that you have left here is what? Cancel this one and cancel the press calculator. 360 degree times 34,500 over 69 will give you what? 180,000. So that is the total cost of maintenance. So that's the total cost of what? Of maintaining all the 5 industries. Now the question is calculate the what? The cost. I'll just try to manage that. Calculate the cost of maintenance for the textile industry. Calculate the cost of maintenance for the textile industry. Now, look at the textile industry here has what? Has 8 degrees at the sectorial angle. So, the cost of maintenance for textile, cost of maintenance for textile is equal to 68 degrees. 68 over what? 68 degrees over what? 360 degrees. 8 degrees over 360 degrees times 180,000. Times 180,000. Times 180,000. Alright. The cost of maintenance is the same as what? Is equal to what I had is 68 over 360 degrees. There is what? The total cost of maintenance. There is what? 180,000. So when you calculate this now, you have 34,000. You have 34,000. So the cost for maintaining textile industry is what? is 34,000 because it is 5b. Says that in the diagram above, which is the diagram, TYZ and UWZ are tangents to the circle WXY. You can see that TYZ and UWZ are tangents, that is line that touch the circle at the outside points. So TWZ touch the circle at point Y, and line UWZ touch the circle at point W. So these lines are called tangents. A tangent is a line that touches the outside part of the circle at the given point. So these are tangents to circle WXY. XYZ. We're talking about this angle. XYZ is 100 degrees. And they are talking about what? YZW. So it means that this is also 42 degrees. YZW, the middle one. Mind you, the letter that is in the middle, that is you see here, is where the angle is being located. YZW is 42 degrees. And UWS, the letter is on the middle letter is W, is equal to what? M. That's why M is labeled what? That's why W is what? W carries M, because that's where the angle is located. So now, an M UWS is equal to M. Find the value of M. We have to calculate this value of M. Now, how do we get the value of M? The first thing is to consider what the triangle XYZ here, which is what? So you don't have angle XYZ. So angle XYZ, the angle XYZ is equal to 100 degrees. And why do we have to consider that? Because angle XYZ is on straight line with angle XYT. Angle XYT, or you can call it angle TYX. Just make sure that the T is in the middle because we are considering this angle. So angle XYZ plus what? Angle TYZ plus angle TYX plus angle TYX. They are equal to what? The sum of the two angles is equal to 180 degrees. Sum of angles on a straight line. Sum of angles on a straight line. So now we have what? Sum of angles on a straight line. Only that what? XYZ now is given as 100 degrees plus what? Angle TYX, which is equal to 180 degrees. So we transfer this one to the other side. We have angle TYX equal to 180 degrees minus what? 100 degrees. So angle TYX is equal to what? 80 degrees. So this angle is 80 degrees. Now, how do we get that now? This angle 80 degrees is equivalent to what? This angle. Why? There is a law that says angle of alternate segment. Angle in alternate segment of a given what? Tangent. That is, when two tangents meet together, the alternate angle of a segment, that is the alternate angle in a segment are equal. That is, the alternate angle in different segments of two tangents are equal. That is, this is a segment. Now this is a segment. The segment is made up by a chord and a what? Look at the what? When I look at the previous on geometry, The segment is made up of a what? Of an arc, which is this? This is the arc, and a what? And a chord. Still, this also a what? A segment. Another segment. This is another what? Segment. Now this segment here, this angle here, because it's in alternate segments to each other, it is alternate. So this angle here is equal to this angle here. So angle T Y X now is equivalent to what? Angle what? Y W Z. Y W Z. Y alternate segment. Alternate segment. That is angle in the alternate segments are what? Equal. You can just write alternate segment. Angle in alternate segments are equal. Alternate segments. Now, if that be the case, angle what is angle TYZ is 80, angle YWZ is also what? 80 degree. That's why we have 80 degree here. Now look at this M also. Look at this M also. Look at this M also. The angle M here is alternate towards this angle. Is alternate to the other. You can see that from here to here is from here to what? From here to here itself is what? Is 100. But from here to here is M. Meaning that from here to here we have M here. So M, the whole angle here is what? M. Let me bring it out very well. The whole angle here is M. Y 100 is from here to here. So meaning that we have M here, we have 80 here, we have 52 here. And if you look at it very well, this is a what? This is a triangle. Considering a triangle, why is this M equal to this? Angle angle X UW X. Angle UWX is equal to what? Angle WYZ. WYZ is equal to M. Also alternate what? Alternate segment. Alternate segment. So from there now, alternate segment, from there now, we can now consider what? Triangle. Consider what? Triangle. Consider triangle. Triangle WYZ. WYZ. So we consider the triangle WYZ, which is something like this. This is M degree. This is what? 80 what degree, and here is 42 what degree. So we have what? YWZ. So what angle M now be M plus what? Plus M plus 80 degree plus 42 degree equal to what? 180 degree. Y. So of angles in a triangle, in the triangle what? In triangle WYZ. So triangle WYZ. So when we add this one together, this one is M plus 120 degree equal to 180 degree. So we have M equal to 180 degree minus 122 degree. So 180 degree minus 122. We have that is 50 watts. So M is equal to 58 degree. And M is equal to 58 degree. So that's that.